Work can be stressful, and that's not news. All of us experience the pressure of deadlines, expectations, performance reviews, or challenging relationships with coworkers. Many of us have been in situations where we've seen or heard about something that didn't feel quite right, but we tend to shrug it off, or we tell ourselves it's not our problem. It's just part of doing the job, and we get back to work. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Hi, I'm Dr. Scott McLean. I'm an educator in justice studies and social work. I am also a psychologist, forensic social worker, and a certified trauma counselor. I have spent my career focusing on victims and the impact of trauma. What I have learned and teach my students is that when we experience trauma, whether it's something that happens to us directly or when we experience it indirectly, such as when we witness it happening to somebody else, we overhear it, or we hear about it from a coworker, the impact can be the same. For instance, if a coworker tells you about a demeaning discussion or physical confrontation at work, it's not uncommon for the impact you feel to be the same as the impact on the person targeted, even though you didn't experience or witness it. This doesn't feel right, and the toxic stress can impact us at work and in our personal lives. When we experience trauma, even secondhand, it shatters our perceptions of ourselves. We go about our working lives thinking, this won't happen to me, or it won't really impact me, and when it does, even indirectly, everything changes. Sometimes we can't process the reason it affects us so deeply. We can't sleep, we're more lethargic, unhappy, or feel guilty. We may get migraines or stomach aches. Perhaps we start drinking more. And suddenly, there's more anxiety about going to work. And these feelings impact us day in and day out. Everything starts to feel hard to cope with, and we question, what's happening to me? Why can't I manage this? I'm fine. I'm healthy. What's wrong with me? All trauma and toxic stress, whether it happens to you or if it's something you hear, see, or are told about, can impact us and may leave a lasting mark. In fact, 10 to 15% of people suffering from direct or indirect trauma require professional intervention to help manage the ongoing health problems. So, it's important to reflect and recognize how toxic stress at work can affect you. When you do, respect and honor what you're feeling, and know what you're going through is typical, that it's a common reaction to a traumatic event. An unhealthy work environment shouldn't be shrugged off as a price of doing business. The cost is your health and the health of your coworkers, and that cost is too high. So strive to create a healthy and respectful workplace. Your ongoing health could depend on it.